guys, it's Chloe and today I am here with a brand new video. So today I am here with a book recommendations video, and I have not done a recommendations video in so long. I can't even remember the last time I did one. I used to recommend by genre, but today we're doing it a little bit different. Today I am recommending books for TV shows. So if you like this TV show, then try reading this book. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started. I have a couple different ones to talk about. I'm going to put the TV show poster here, and then I will hold the book over here. So first is if you like the TV show Colony, which is basically about the alien invasion. I recommend that you try reading the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is essentially an alien romance story. A lot of people have read the Lux series. It is a 5-book series about this girl named Katie who moves to Virginia after her dad passes away from cancer, and she moves in next door to this family who is very mysterious, and she befriends one of them. I recently finished this series and ended up really enjoying it. There's a lot of different aspects regarding aliens in it, and I think if you're a fan of Colony, then it's definitely worth a shot. The next recommendation is actually a couple of different books for this show, and it is if you are a fan of Once Upon a Time, which I am a huge fan. First, I would recommend the Land of Stories series by Chris Colfer. These are about two kids named Alex and Connor who one day fall into a book of fairy tales and meet a ton of different characters such as Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Red Riding Hood, a ton of different characters, and I really enjoy this book. I've only read the first book, but I'm really excited to picking up the rest of the series. So far there are 5 books out in this series, but the first one is so easy to get through. It's absolutely amazing. I feel like the Land of Stories is probably the closest you can get to Once Upon a Time as far as plot, because the next two are not similar to Once Upon a Time, but they are retellings. So the next book I would recommend if you like Once Upon a Time is Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and this is an origin story for the Queen of Hearts, and I absolutely loved this book. If you are a fan of origin stories, especially with this being different from normal origin stories where this is talking about someone who's going to be an eventual villain, I definitely recommend picking this book up. It has so many different emotions that go along with it, but I definitely recommend giving it a try. Now this one is completely set in the Wonderland world, so it has no real life aspects to it, but I still recommend giving it a try because it's amazing and it almost made me cry. And lastly, if you are a fan of Once Upon a Time, I recommend trying The Lunar Chronicles, also by Marissa Meyer. This is a 4-book series, and it also has a lot of fantasy and sci-fi elements in it, but it is a retelling of some of our favorite characters such as Cinderella, Red Riding Hood, and Rapunzel, and it is such a great series. The blend of sci-fi, fantasy, and retellings just makes it perfect. And I know I'm a huge fan of this series, so if you're a fan of retellings and a fan of Once Upon a Time, I definitely recommend checking it out. This next recommendation is if you are a fan of The Crown, which is on Netflix, and I recommend Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, or any book regarding a kingdom or a queendom or a monarchy in general. This is actually a dystopian novel where the Silverbloods are considered to be high class and the Red Bloods are considered to be the lower class. Now, of course, this is a dystopian novel, and The Crown is based off of real events that happened, so it's not the perfect match or the perfect comparison, but I still think it is a really great book worth checking out. This next recommendation is if you are a fan of American Horror Story, and if you like that, and it was very surprising for a young adult novel, but it was a really good book. It is the first in a duology. The second book, The Death Code, is out as well, and I honestly highly recommend this duology. I would definitely try reading The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. This is also a dystopian novel, and it is a world where the death rate is higher than the birth rate, and honestly, this book can get pretty graphic when it comes to violent acts. I loved Lindsay Cummings' writing style, and even though dystopians aren't that popular now, I still recommend picking this up. And this last recommendation is if you are a fan of the TV show Impractical Jokers. I am a huge fan of Impractical Jokers, and I actually recently went to their Santiago Sent Us tour, and I did a video on that on my second channel, so if you're interested in watching that, I will leave it in the description below. Honestly, for this TV show where it's very comedic and hilarious. I definitely recommend a funny book, so I have two different suggestions for this one. The first one, I would try reading I Hate My Selfie by Shane Dawson, or his other book, It Gets Worse, but I personally think this one is funnier than his second book. But this book is hilarious. It's a ton of different essays from Shane Dawson, and it was just really funny, and I was laughing all the time when I was reading this book, so I highly recommend this if you are a fan of Impractical Jokers. I also recommend Seriously I'm Kidding by Ellen DeGeneres, because Ellen is just an amazing person and a hilarious comedian, and I loved reading this book as well. It is another laugh out loud book. Any of her books are hilarious. So guys, that is all I have for this video today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Down below in the comments, let me know what you thought of this book recommendations video. If you've read any of these books, if you watch any of these TV shows. All of these shows I watch and love, so definitely leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I'm thinking about doing the same thing just with movies instead, so also in the comments, let me know if you're interested in seeing that. As always, if you'd like a behind the scenes look at my life, you can check out my second channel, Chloe Essence. You name it, I probably do it on that channel. And if you'd like to see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so click subscribe so you can be updated for when I post those. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers in 2017. When we reach 900, we have an awesome giveaway planned, and when we reach 1,000, we're just gonna have a party. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!